Welcome to Joe's Astrology. Today is Monday, April 8th, 2024. And we have of course, today is the solar eclipse. And we have a Moon-Venus conjunction over the course of last night. So I want to talk a little bit about Moon-Venus together in the chart. We have Mars, Saturn. And before I do that, I do want to talk a little bit about the eclipse and how it relates to astrology. You see today, the news media, everyone's focused on the solar eclipse, etc. And with that Mars, Saturn, and the Venus Moon conjunction, it makes me think of how the collective operates and how I don't even want to say who, I don't know who, but let's just say how this imaginary thing steals steals our time and attention. And you can see this. I mean, I'm kind of trying to relate this to a Mars Saturn and and in no ways is our society bad or anything. I'm not saying it's completely bad, but from a Mars Saturn perspective, how much does it steal our time and attention? If you look at the calendar, let's say you're on a basic 9 to 5 schedule, and you're working 50 weeks out of the year, you get your 2 weeks vacation. Well, you have your 2 weeks vacation, and you're supposed to, just the word vacation, what comes to mind? Well, you have your 2 weeks off, and you're supposed to go on vacation. And then you have the holidays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween, etc. And what are you supposed to do during those times? Well, you have to give gifts. You have birthdays. How many birthdays that you have to celebrate? And none of these things, I don't think there's a problem with any of these things, but when you pile them up, everyone sees them as being these Jupiterian happy events. And from a Mars-Saturn perspective, if you pile them up and take them all into consideration, they're really stealing your free time. I mean, how much free time do you have? And then you get off work at 5 o'clock. You're so tired. You're supposed to watch TV, or you're just too tired to do anything, so you watch TV. And then you have the weekend, and what does the weekend bring to mind? Partying, drinking. And if you really think about it, all these things are really stealing your time. Time to focus on you. And I think many people misinterpret it as that is what they want to do. That is their time, their Venus Moon time. So with the eclipse, nothing much is changing. We can get into what the solar eclipse is and the bad things it brings, etc., but that's never changed. What does that have to do with the eclipse? That will continue on forever. So Venus Moon, I have a Venus Moon conjunction in Aquarius in my chart. And when you see a Venus Moon conjunction in the chart, usually you see the mother. You could interpret the moon as being mother and Venus as being beautiful. And I definitely had a beautiful mother. She was a Venus person in many, many ways, interested in beauty and beauty products, etc. And when I say that, I mean beautiful in relation to the rest of the population, what the population really perceives as being beautiful. That's how I'm really using it here. And the moon, what is the moon? The moon is also our emotions, our mind, our personality. So a person who has Venus Moon can be looked upon by others as having a pleasant personality. You can hear in my voice Despite many times when I'm speaking, I feel like I'm being judgmental, or maybe you can think of all the negative or the Mars type terms that I may think that I'm coming across as. And then sometimes when I listen to my videos and I hear, you hear what other people have to say about me, it's not anything like that at all. It is very Venus Moon, very much so. I was going to say my voice. I think I have a quieter voice, quieter disposition. That could be associated with Venus as well. Not being very bombastic and loud. Pleasant mind. You might have pleasant thoughts. As opposed to, say, a Saturn moon. I just did a video on Saturn moon. You can check that out. Just yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago. I'd much rather have a Venus moon conjunction than a Mars moon or Saturn moon. Although on the other side, I do have a Mars moon conjunction as well. So that's how I interpret Venus moon. You could have Venus moon trine. Even the square would be, I think, would be better than no aspect at all. And we still have Jupiter moving into a conjunction with Uranus. Mars moving into that conjunction with Saturn. I feel bad for people who have Saturn returns in Pisces. Especially in mid-sign, you're really getting nailed with that. First you have Saturn return, now you have Mars following up with Mars. You got Neptune there. These people probably are really getting hit with a reality check to that. Really getting disillusioned by the past 10 years they've been living with Neptune going through Pisces. I think I'm going to leave it there for now, and I hope you have a great day. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This may not be my best video. I have many other videos on astrology. Check them out, and I hope you have a great day.